Hello, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, Tophia is talking about losing her IRL friend, Tophiachu as some have called her, says she has major depression, and she's telling everyone to take accountability for something. Stay tuned.
Anyways, where is that song? I gotta find it. We're going on a mission. There it is. Ha.
Customized. Can we just talk about how objectively bad Tophiachu's streams are? I mean, she dropped us at the beginning. And then she starts blasting loud, annoying music. And God forbid someone asks her to turn it down, because then she'll just insist it's not loud. Hopefully she'll stop playing it sometime during the stream.
Comic-Con is in January.
Oh, you know she going. With her GoFundMe reaching $130, she'll have enough to go.
Like, if you're trying to question me being diagnosed, then I would suggest you don't do that. Because that's giving very much ableism. Because those are very much disabilities.
Ableism isn't a get out of jail free card for blaming your lack of effort on disabilities with no proof as much as you would like it to be.
Yeah, ChatGPT did diagnosing. Is that someone tried to say like, oh, depression is not feeling sad and crying all the time. No, it's not. Depression is literally not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to do basic things like taking a shower, brushing your teeth, or taking care of yourself. Depression is a lot of other things, which in where I'm at, I can't do any of that I would do if I was at a place where I could do that.
First of all, Tophia hasn't been diagnosed with depression. I do believe she could have it, of course. Sorry to be blunt, but her life sucks, and it makes sense that someone like her would have depression. Secondly, it's a very difficult mental illness to deal with. Not being productive and not having motivation to care for yourself are definitely symptoms of it. But I don't feel sorry for her, and here's why. At a certain point, you have to take responsibility. If you care about yourself and about your life, you should put the effort in to try to improve it, no matter how small the effort is. When Amberlynn Reed says her mental illness causes her to behave in certain ways, I've heard the sentiment that it's her responsibility to go to professionals and get the help. She needs to improve her mental health, and it's on her for not improving, because frankly, she doesn't care about therapy, and she doesn't care to change. It's a little different with Tophia, because she doesn't have the disposable income that Amber has, as much as she may act like it. Okay, mental health help is expensive, and I don't realistically think Tophia would be able to afford it, even if she wanted to get it. However, Tophia's past documented behavior has shown she has absolutely no desire to improve her life, even when she was living in the house and all of her family members were alive. She didn't take care of her hygiene, she refused to get any kind of job. I will always feel sympathy for someone on a human level if they are suffering with mental illness, but with Tophia, I just can't bring myself to care her. And it's because she so clearly doesn't care either. I know everyone's situations are different, but as a personal anecdote, here's mine. I dealt with mental illness all throughout middle and high school. I was in 10th grade when my anxiety was at its worst. I have Asian parents who aren't as aware of mental health as other people, and my father straight up doesn't think it's a real thing. But anyway, I had to beg my mom to let me go to therapy. I was so clearly ill, but if it wasn't for me pleading with them, my parents would have never taken me. I knew I had a problem, and I was tired and sick of it making my life so difficult and making it so that I couldn't function at school. And I did something about it. At a certain point, you have to make the effort to help yourself. All that said, Tophia, brush your damn teeth.
If people want to sit here and celebrate things, then go ahead. That's why people didn't want me to have any friends, because they wanted me isolated. And then I know certain people are celebrating because that's what they want. Going out of their way to make someone's life miserable.
The person most responsible for making your life miserable and keeping it miserable is you.
Because it's like, you're putting whatever other people did to you onto me, and I have nothing to do with that. It's hurtful. You don't even know what someone's going through, but you want to make their life miserable. You don't know what someone's going through, but you want to continue to harass somebody. You don't know what someone's going through, but you want to act like you know what someone's going through and you want to do all of this when you don't want to take accountability for anything. People have mental illness and mental health issues, or not even mental health issues because of other people. You don't just all of a sudden, some people could be born with mental illness, but that's not where it comes from. It comes from trauma. That's why my dad has bipolar schizophrenia. He was abused as a child. Mental illness, mental health issues, it stems from what people do to other people.
I don't know if this is a semi-controversial take for me to make, but there comes a certain point where you still have to take responsibility for yourself. Is it your fault for having mental illnesses? No, you can't control your mental illnesses, but you do have responsibility and control over how you respond. So sorry, I don't feel bad that you lost an IRL friend due to what they saw on your internet profile.
Yeah, it does come from trauma. And for you to say you have major depression, it doesn't come from that. Yeah, it does. I was literally told that by a professional. That's who I got diagnosed with, was a professional. Yeah, ChatGPT did diagnosing.
I am never gonna stop using that clip.
Like I said, you don't have to always, it doesn't always come from trauma. You're born with it. Especially if you know, serial killers, right? They're not in the right mental state. They're born with that stuff. Sometimes at a younger age, the family starts noticing weird behaviors, but they never take them to the psychiatrist to see a psychiatrist, and then they turn out to be these serial unalivers. So yes. But my dad has his bipolar and stuff from things that he's seen, from the abuse he suffered from his mother, from the things he's seen in the military. So yes. Obviously, if it ran in the family, then I would have got that. So no, I'm not going to get bipolar schizophrenia because my dad wasn't born with it. But if he would have been born with it, it would have been passed down to me. It's not going to be passed down to me. It might, because I have trauma. I could end up bipolar and schizophrenic because people have literally not left me alone.
I feel like this is all being pulled out of her ass. Tophia, you're not a mental health professional, and I am not listening to a damn thing you say.
Why are you messing with people with mental health issues? You trying to push them to hurt themselves and then not take accountability? What's wrong with people's mental health that they think that's okay to do that? Because something's not right with you as well. Because if you think it's okay to do that to people, I don't know what to tell you.
Not her chastising people for messing with her mental health and then mental health shaming in the same breath.
You think you're better than anyone because you got a job when literally it's hard for people to get a job? I got paid really good from Facebook.
Until you get up out of that homeless shelter or halfway house or whatever you're currently at, you'll always look like a clown when you talk about how much money you make.
It's just like they never say anything. I don't have to stay on social media because of that. Lots of people have mental health, lots of mental health problems, like celebrities and stuff. Like Lizzo goes through mental health issues, since we're listening to Lizzo, because of the whole situation of like those people lied on her supposedly. You know, there's lots of celebrities that go through it, like Meg Thee Stallion did, because of how people treated her with the whole thing with Tory Lanez.
Yeah, well, you don't have to stay off of social media. No one can make you do anything. But you should, because it's what's best for your situation. Also, you're not Lizzo, and you're not Megan Thee Stallion. I know she's not saying she is, but I just find it funny whenever she compares herself to celebrities.
Fine and dandy and nice that people can, and I'm not just saying this to a specific person, but when I see influencers that have a lot of money or content creators that have all this money that can up and just take trips and just run away from their problems, like I want to run away from my problems. I want to take a vacation somewhere and not have to worry. I can't handle life anymore. It's too hard.
The only thing Tophia knows how to do is run away from her problems. She never confronts them. That's why they never go away and why they just get worse.
It's easy for other people who don't have depression to get up and do things. But if I don't get up and do things, then it's seen as like if I'm lazy, I don't want to do anything. It's hard to explain to someone who's not going through depression.
I don't think Tophia knows there's other people in the world that have depression. You wish you had some exclusive mental illness or disability that instantly absolved you of everything you do and don't do. But sorry, Tophia, depression is a common thing and literally everyone who has it has handled it better than you.
Jeez. On the boo-boos, it was only like, what, $40? Wow, you're complaining about $40? I did not spend a lot of money on a Labubu because that's just too much. A real Labubu would have costed $80.
This is why you will be homeless forever.
I need to go to a concert too. The Jonas Brothers are coming this month, but I think the tickets might be sold out, and plus I can't afford that, and my brother has to be buried. I'm like, dang it. I don't want money. It's a whole bunch of stuff that it's a lot to get into, so. The state didn't give me money. The state already paid. The state paid $6,000 for his service, which was not even $6,000. It was $5,100 and something, and that does not include a burial. And yes, my mom does want him buried next to his grandmother. So I'm going to respect my mom's wishes of how she wants her son. If she wants him to be buried next to his grandmother, then that's what's gonna happen. If you don't like that, it's not your choice. It's not your son.
With all your money going to rip off Labubus and concert tickets, your brother is never getting anything.
So you don't get to tell someone what they should do with their son. Thank you. I don't know, people just gotta keep positive and not be negative. The state did not give me money. They don't give you money. They pay the funeral home. So what they did was they took the $6,000 that was owed and they paid the funeral home. The funeral home gave them the invoice and then they paid it. They didn't give me $6,000 because they don't give you the money.
They paid for your brother's service. That means they gave you the money for our service. Of course they're not just gonna give you the cash and hope you spend it on what they gave it to you for. That's what your GoFundMe is for.
Some of you guys gotta use your noggin. Your cranium, right? You got a brain, use it. You're saying I'm being mean to people that are donating? No, I'm not. Those people are not donating. That person never said they're donating money, so stop confusing people donating money from trolls, okay? They was never gonna donate money anyway, so they shouldn't even give their input on any money that someone is asking for if they're not gonna donate. Just saying. Well, if it's your money, you don't have to give it to anybody. Who's forcing you?
Ah, that's some grade A foodie beauty logic right there. I'm still allowed to criticize you for misusing funds and scamming people, even if I didn't donate to it. Use your common sense. Use your cranium.
Why they give the money back? I should be suing people for money. I should be suing y'all who said that I was using the money and spending GoFundMe money, which is actual proof that I wasn't. You guys need to learn to stop saying whatever you want on the internet and lying on people before you get sued. And don't say it was what money, because there's pro bono lawyers that work and they don't get paid unless you win your case. And stop saying that lawyers won't take up the case. Yes, they will. All I have to do is show them the emails from GoFundMe that I never spent any of the money and that I never had access to it, and I will have a case. So you gonna be saying that, and then when you get served papers and you get sued for lying, then you're gonna be like, when you literally get served papers and you get sued, then you ain't gonna be saying anything. You're gonna be staying quiet, and then you're gonna say, "Oop, I'm not gonna run my mouth again."
We're gonna get GTA 6 before a Tophiachu lawsuit. Is that still a thing people say?
I'll make it happen. You can say it's not gonna happen, but I'll make it happen. I'm sick and tired of people being like, well, it'll never happen, and laughing in people's faces. You can laugh in my face. I am going to have the life that I deserve, whether you think I deserve it or not. You don't deserve a life because clearly you're in here having no life. And instead of fixing your life, what are you doing in here telling someone to fix theirs if you haven't fixed yours? Jesus can't even fix it, so I don't know what to tell you. And some of you guys really need Jesus. No joke. It'd be the ones that be acting like they are holy, like they don't ever do anything wrong, and blah 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 and all this and that. Like you really need to evaluate what you're doing with your life. You really need to evaluate what you're doing with your life. I'm just saying, some of y'all really need to get a life. You sitting here telling someone they have no life. You watch them 24/7, you talk about them, whatever. I'm gonna have the life I deserve because I deserve a good life. I'm not gonna sit here and be upset about trolls or anything like that.
You are having the life you deserve, Tophia, and you will continue to have the life you deserve. Also, is that any way to speak to your viewers? They're the ones giving you attention. Your haters and trolls are your audience. Her telling others they need to fix their lives is absolutely rich. Well, then she's all like, oh, well, I don't go on someone's live and say mean things. No, you don't do that. You do worse.
You got some serious reality issues that you need to check at the door and saying like, oh, well, where are your priorities? Where are your priorities? My priorities are literally paying my bills. The only thing that needs to be unemployed are those eyebrows, Clarissa Ortiz. It looks like your face is sinking in. I would suggest you worry about your sunken face instead of worrying about me and my unemployed yapping with your 13 followers that are probably unemployed themselves. Okay. Your page is looking unemployed, so yeah, I would suggest you pack up and find a better job.
Do you realize how goofy you look calling other people unemployed as an insult and then saying you've got views and money rolling in while you're living in a homeless shelter? No, you don't. Freaking loony.
How did I fall off if I got views? You know what? No, you know what? Let's dead this right now. How do I fall off? Let's go look at my analytics on Instagram. Fell off my butt. Let me go there because some of you guys need to have a reality check. Yeah, you need a reality check. So we about to give it to you. Okay. I fell off, and I'll give you the analytics on my TikTok too because the views are way up. Okay. Views, 5.2 million views. Interactions, 183.7K. That's a very crazy fall off. 6,697 new followers. That's a crazy fall off, if I ever seen a fall off. And I got 3 million plus views. I got 100 million plus views. Just in the 365 days, because TikTok does it 30 days, 60 days, and then 365 days. So this year alone, I have 100 million views. That's a lot of views for someone that fell off.
Big whoop, Toph. You're still homeless.
On my analytics, if you do it by the year, coming to the end of the year, I'll probably have over 200 million views. So, crazy. Because that's a crazy fall off. Imagine having 100 million views and someone says you fall off. This is real. Where's the money though? Well, actually, if I was posting more videos on YouTube, I would probably have money. I'm actually getting paid on Facebook and I'm getting a nice check. So yeah, I just don't. The videos that go viral are the ones that are not over a minute, and I haven't been posting 1-minute videos that I do have in my drafts that I need to post.
Yeah, all those views and you still have nothing to show for because you're too lazy to work on your TikTok career. And do you think having a TikTok with lots of views makes you employed?
What does brand deals have to do with anything? I'm not trying to get brand deals now. Brands are not going to reach out to you if you're not posting consistently. They don't literally work with people who's dead on their accounts and not active on their accounts. Use your common sense. How are they going to expect to make money selling their product if a person is not active on their page? I was posting a lot when I was in the car, and I was posting a lot when I was able to post. Now I'm having a hard time because I'm trying to get a place and get a stable income. So I need to get money so I could be able to do the things that I want. Dress how I want, live how I want, be how I want, and no one's going to tell me otherwise.
So, brand deals won't work with you because you're inactive. You're inactive because you don't have a place. You don't have a place because you don't have a stable income, and I'm assuming the only way of getting income you're considering is your TikTok, because you refuse to make money any other way, but you can't get income because you can't earn money from your page, and you can't earn money from your page because you're inactive, and you're inactive because you don't have a place, and you can't get a place because you have no money, and you have no money because you're inactive. Okay, you get it.
The only person that is stopping you from doing what you want to do is yourself.
She has no idea how true that is.
You're self-sabotaging yourself because you don't allow yourself to be great, and you don't want others to be great because you think of yourself as not worthy. Like you don't deserve anything. There are things in my life that it isn't always going to be like this. That's what I gotta just keep telling myself. I ain't gonna be in this spot. I'm not gonna be here being sad, upset, miserable, whatever.
Telling yourself things isn't going to change anything. What can change things is your actions.
Yeah, I may be going through something, with a couple of friends, but that does not mean that I'm always gonna go through it with them, and we can always work that out. I don't gotta sit here and be miserable just like you. At least I can work things out. At least I can make an effort to do things necessary. I don't gotta sit here and be miserable. I don't gotta let anyone bring me down. All I gotta do is work on myself. And that's something that you need to do.
It's interesting to me how Tophia automatically applies certain characteristics to chat and assumes they're always doing worse than her. That no matter what she does, what she gets accused of, chat is always doing something worse and is worse off. It's not true, of course. It's delusion, 100%. But she frames it that way to feel better about herself. It's definitely a projection and also a way to cope with how bad she feels about herself. Chat to her is more like a singular entity that she's made it into, rather than the mass of normal people they probably are.
I don't gotta sit here and let people tell me how to dictate my life, or haha, you got no friends, haha, you have nobody. No, because in this moment in time, it has nothing to do with me. And at the end of the day, I will hold myself with grace. I don't have to be nasty, rude, or go online and talk about anyone, talk behind their backs, or anything, because I don't talk about people that I care about behind their back online. Yes, I do talk about people online, but it's because people bring up situations and it has nothing to do with real life people. Some of you guys need to learn to have respect for people. You've lost respect for people. And then you expect people to give you the same respect and courtesy that you don't give other people. It's weird. You have lost all self-respect for yourself. Then you laugh and celebrate like, haha, you have no friends, you're gonna be alone. No, I don't have to. I don't have to, like, it's just something that's going on that can be resolved. It's not major, it's not minor. I don't have to, the situation is not always gonna be the situation. Here's the thing, if you let situations continue, if you let situations bother you, if you let people constantly bother you, it's always going to be that situation until you push back, until you tell them, hey, enough is enough. You're not going to control my life or take my life. I'm taking control of the wheel, and I'm driving my life. I'm taking myself where I need to go. I don't need to sit here. And just let people just do that, just constant. It's you don't gotta let people do that, control your life. Your situations are always gonna be your situations unless you push back. If you're gonna let people run your life and constantly do things to you, that's because you're letting them do things to you. You don't even have to say something. Move in silence. Some of y'all don't like. I'm not gonna let people trample me over, or tell me, oh, well, you need to get offline. You need to do this. You need to do that. No one's gonna stop me from having a place unless I allow them to stop me from having a place. You give people power, and they think that they have all the power in the world to continuously treat you like trash. They don't think you deserve. They laugh in your face. They think you're some joke. They think everything they do is a joke, like ruining your life by causing you to not have a place and then saying it's your fault even though they're the ones that did it. Because like people have done it to me, and I'm not going to give people that control anymore. If I let people give that people the control, if I take back the power and say I have the control, these people will learn to not mess with me and leave me alone.
That sounds like a fantastic idea, Tophia. You go do that.
People call me ugly all the time, so clock that. You're calling someone who is black ugly. I think you need to reevaluate. Because why are you talking about someone's looks that pertains to their race? And then don't say that it's not about race, because you always pull the race card well. You know, black women are always, especially darker skinned black women are always seen as ugly, so do you not want to address that? Because people call me ugly all the time and you never bring that up. Oh, okay. I'm waiting.
I didn't want to address it, but now I gotta. You know, because you're waiting. I'm just gonna say this. People calling Tophiachu ugly has absolutely zero to do with the fact that she's black. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
These are like the social economic issues. These are the issues we need to be talking about that no one wants to talk about, because no one wants to use their platform to talk about these issues because they want to tell people to be quiet. But are you talking about these issues? You're telling someone to be quiet while you're doing so little. When you don't want to acknowledge the things that you say affects other people, because you calling a black woman ugly, it equates to like darker skinned black women that get called ugly. And I have to acknowledge that I have white privilege. I mean, not white privilege, I mean light skin privilege.
So, Tophia starts going on a rant about how people call her ugly because she's black, and turns people calling her ugly into a conversation about black people being called ugly and light skin features being fetishized. Even if this is a real social issue that needs to be discussed, I'm having a hard time taking her seriously, especially because she turned a comment calling her ugly into a long speech about social economic issues.
I have light skin privilege because my features are fetishized.
Light skinned or not, I think you can take comfort in the fact that no one is fetishizing your features, girl.
I literally had dreams about things that have actually came true. All I know is I dreamt of having a house, living with people. But a nice house, and I think that will be true. I mean, whether or not I live with people, that's okay. I didn't say anything about me looking better than dark-skinned girls. I said light-skin privilege is a thing. Can you stop twisting words?
You turned a simple comment of "you're ugly" into a 10-minute rant about light skin privilege. Don't talk to me about twisting words.
Well, I'm not one of those people that thinks I'm better than anybody.
Bullshit.
You need to tap the likes instead of running your mouth. Thank you. Or running your fingers to type. Instead of typing to be hateful, use that to do the Lord's work and tap the likes. Nice try. No, I don't. You're a K-pop fan. Talking about I think I'm entitled and above everyone, when Korean K-pop stans think they're entitled and above everyone because they get albums before everyone else because they live in Korea.
First of all, what the hell are you talking about? Second, people think you're entitled because you think you deserve a free house and to live a comfortable, stress-free life without having to work or having a job.
Like, I do think Italy is a nice place, even though I might have to learn some whatever the language is in Italy, which is not bad, you know.
Italian. The language they speak in Italy is Italian.
I hate this stupid country! I want to go home! I want to go to Italy!
Alright guys, that's gonna be all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe or give it a like. My birthday is coming up on the 24th, and I really want to get to 1,000 for my birthday. So if you've been watching for a while and haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it. Alright, that's all. Thanks for watching. See ya!